Hello sailors, we're Faye and Rob, and previously on Sailing Here.
It is 2:45 in the morning and we are having the absolute worst night on anchor that we've ever had.
Yeah, it was pants, but the anchor held, the sun came up, and we headed off for an absolute cracking sail.
And we are off. It's 7 in the morning. I just tried to ring Amble Marina, but I don't think the office is manned yet. We're going for it. If Amble say we can come in, we're going for it because we need to be attached to something this evening. The scenery is beautiful. Let me try and scan around. Lovely big cliffs, green fields, blue sea, blue sky. Boy, we are tired. When we're tired, we have to be extra careful as well. We don't want to make any silly mistakes. We just need to be more careful moving around the boat. Everything's more difficult on a boat. Everything's more difficult when you're tired. But we are on the move.
So yes, we've set off early. If we wanted to do this with a favourable tide, we would have set off at noon, which would have meant another 6 hours of sitting in that anchorage. I couldn't do that because it was bloody awful. It was that bad. Like we've anchored all around the UK, and that was the worst one by far. Such violent rolling all night in every direction. So I said to Faye, I said, look, if we want to go to Amble, we're going to have to go across 2 tides anyway because it's 50 miles. So you know, let's just go. We'll go outside the Farne Islands, so we're not going to do the Farne Sound because the timing of that would be just stupid for us to go through on a spring foul tide. So we'll just go round the outside. That's 5 miles on, but we're moving. You know, we're motor sailing again because the wind's fickle. We're doing 5.5 knots towards our destination rather than sitting there going slowly mad. The sea state is still really crap. There's still a big swell coming through, making for uncomfortable sailing. But look, this is obviously the sailing gods. These last 3 sails, they want to test us, and testing us they are. I'll be happy to get every nautical mile closer to home. I'm happy.
My sister brought us cake, so we're having cake for breakfast. We feel no shame about this because it's easy, and who wants to be down in the galley when you're doing this? Not me. Rob was just doing some calculations for the passage, but I feel I need to interrupt him because we are in England.
What?
We are.
How do you know?
I just checked Google Maps.
Oh man! Oh, there's a pot.
We divert the pod.
England!
England!
Well, not much has changed, but we live underwater.
And you're great. Anyway. We're back in England, baby. Woo! And that means Norma is in Northumberland. Woo!
Oh.
Welcome home, Norma!
Well done, Norma!
Woohoo! You're home!
Look at the absolute state of poor Norma, the Northumbrian flag. 1,500 nautical miles had really done a number on her. Bless.
One of my books actually has Holy Island on the cover, and then I needed like someone to be a shadowy figure for the classic silhouette on thriller covers. He's giving me looks, and I got a certain someone to pose as a suspicious shadowy figure. So it's up to the reader if they think that he is portraying, the evil wrongdoer with murderous intent, or if he's portraying the dashing Detective Sergeant Jack Tennessee Daniel. I'll leave that up to the readers. We're just approaching the Farne Islands now. We were originally going to take the route around the outside, but we've decided that because we're kind of approaching more towards slack water, we can time the inner channel. So it's going to be really cool to go through the Farne Islands. I haven't been there since I was a kid. And my main memory of it was, I think it was nesting season or approaching nesting season, and all the birds were very territorial. They were kind of like diving on people and being quite aggressive.
Really?
Yeah. There's also loads of seals around here. We've spotted tons around the boat. It's really nice to see them. We're going to pop up and have a look at you before disappearing again. So,
Yes.
the last time we were in England
Right.
was in Padstow.
Oh God, yes, yes it was.
Because since then we went to Wales, and then we went to Isle of Man, and then we went to Northern Ireland, then we went to Scotland, and we went through Scotland, back in England.
Back in England, Angleterre.
Yeah, Northumberland, back home, back here.
And it did feel like a homecoming, and a real privilege to see some of our favourite castles and beaches from this new perspective, from the water. Sit back and relax as we take you on a little tour of this coastline that we call home.
Well, we are in Amble. Really glad of it because I couldn't face another night on anchor. I'm happy doing multiple nights on anchor in general, that's absolutely fine, but after last night we needed to come in somewhere stable and secure, so very happy to be here. We've showered, we've gone to the pub, had really nice pub grub, the Harbour Inn, very, very good. We're a little bit fussy with our food, you might have noticed, but that was excellent. Yeah, so we're going to stop for 2 nights, just sort of recoup a little bit tomorrow, and oh my god, we might be home on Saturday.
The next day, Hugo and Helen returned, along with Mum and Dad, and the 7 of us headed for a walk around the harbour, before sitting down for an absolute feast. It was an early and welcome celebration, because although we still had one final passage to go, being back in the northeast of England, we already felt like we were back home, back with family.
Cheers! Oh. The mango patty is actually better than mine.
He doesn't say that often.
So join us next week, sailors, because after 1,600 nautical miles along the south coast, Wales, the Isle of Man, Northern Ireland, Western Scotland, the Caledonian, and the North Sea, it's finally time for sailing hjem, to sail hjem.
Time BTS, this is sailing vessel reach out, over.